live.
Yeah, you're ready, Abraham?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. So welcome officially to Chi Channel. It's the first time we have teacher Abraham with us. It's a really good opportunity for all us also to get to know you and for you to share some information from what's going on with the Chi field in Mexico, how is the practice going there, and share as much as you want.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and to make this a union between the Zhineng Qigong communities in the world. Thank you very much.
That's more or less the purpose here with the Chi channel. It's been evolving through years. First, it started as a local group in Belgium, and it started growing, and now it's connecting many teachers from all over the place.
That's great. Yeah. Happy to participate. Yeah.
So, Abraham, tell us a little bit first about yourself, about your life experience, and then about your Chi life experience. How they combine, how they merge.
Yeah, I started. I studied mechanical engineering. I work in the industry for like 8 years, mainly in the pharmaceutical industry, and I was happy there, but working so much, maybe too much. And then I also did mountaineering, rock climbing, painting. So that was my my spiritual life was in the mountains and in the forests. And then I met Zhineng Qigong in the 2005 because a good friend of my wife, mine, had a very bad disease, heart disease. She had a operation, a surgery, but didn't help. And then she started practicing Zhineng Qigong, and she got very well in very short time. So that was very amazing. And my wife, Andrea, that she also practiced hard, we went to learn Zhineng Qigong. We learned Zhineng Qigong in Mexico City with Eduardo Segueda. And we started practicing. And I really get a passionate for Zhineng Qigong because I felt so calm and so clear in the my mind was very clear, and I was very happy working and everything. But my mind started changing. So the things that used to be like very good and normal started to appear very not good. Like I was in job and I was saying, "Oh, we're crazy. We're like fighting for very little things, and we're not really solving the problems." So I, little by little, start to see that was not my place, and I then start studying a little more Zhineng Qigong and understand that it was more deep than I thought in the first view.
Experience.
So after some situations, I started working with Eduardo. That was my teacher. That was like a story related with our wedding, my wife and me, because we invited him to do a suchanfa in our wedding.
Wow.
At that point, yeah, it was nice with 250 people. That was a big Chi field. But we really understood very little in that moment. But that makes a very big change in our Chi field because it was so powerful and the people put the information in our Chi field. Yeah. And I put the information in my Chi field of being free and really have a different life. And that happened very fast. Things started moving, and then I started working in Zhineng Qigong. That was in 2005. And it was 2006, and that was so beautiful to be 8 hours a day talking to people about Zhineng Qigong. I started going to the workshops, to the retreats, and we built a very beautiful community in 8 years that I was there with Eduardo Segueda, and that was so beautiful. In 2010, teacher Changqing and Deming Chu.
Yeah.
They came to Mexico. We celebrated the 10th anniversary of Fuerza Integral. this community. And then that was another turning point when I met them. It was a very strong joint with them. And then some problems happened with my teacher. I think good like lessons to learn. And eventually I decided to go away and continue my own way. I also do permaculture, so I went to the countryside to make a project of permaculture, organic agriculture and design. And then the people in the country asked about what I used to do in the city. So I
Yeah.
explained I was Zhineng Qigong. People were very interested, and then that's when I went to Beijing to learn the first time directly with Chanqing and Chung, and I spent like 20 days there to have an exam of all what I have learned in the last 10 years. Then I knew many other methods, deeper theory, and I was very, very excited and with a lot of strength that I returned to the countryside and I started teaching little by little, one person, sorry, then two persons, three persons for 4 days, 5 days, like very personal. Sometimes in the at the bottom of a waterfall in the fields, so beautiful. I started like it was like just one person by one person, so beautiful. Then the groups started forming, and I've been teaching then by myself for 3 years and a half, 3 years, and I've been teaching in Mexico, in Argentina, in Chile, and also in the United States. And it has been so beautiful to teach so many people, and I keep doing what I really love is to talk all day with the students. They call to say, oh, I have this problem, what can I do? And I say, oh, you can remember that teacher Pan says this and that, you can practice a little more, you should write your diary, many things. So that's a job I really love, to be in contact with the people. And through that, some friends started asking me to go with them to China because they don't speak English. So I said, okay, I will organize a group, and I've been doing groups 2 years, this year and last year, to Beijing with Carl and Helen, and first time we were 20. I thought we were going to be five, but finally we were 22.
Wow.
And this year we're 32. No, so
I think in the last year, one friend from Argentina, Julieta, she joined the group, and
yeah.
she's amazed. She's very happy with the experience she made with you in China. Is it possible that you were in the former Huasha Center?
Yeah, we went to Pasha Center twice, and that's a beautiful place. You can feel the chi field, and it's amazing that the chi field is still very strong because now the Huaxia Center is a Confucius school.
Yeah.
The Jiming School is a school of boys and girls from 11 years to 18 years. It's like a secondary and middle school. Uh, but they are so special. They are very fortunate to live this experience because they are like learning Confucius traditional education.
Philosophy, yeah.
They're so respectful to their teachers, their parents, their friends. They work very hard. They do Tai Chi, and they look so beautiful. They can recite or say the Confucius poems, very long, and also moving the hands. But it's amazing. And they dance, they paint, they do calligraphy, they study very well. But the environment is so magical. They look like so pure, so happy, so in peace.
So
And it's around.
in your experience, you think they're still getting benefits from the chi field that was built there.
Yeah, I think, but and I think that they don't know what happened there, because I think they don't talk about it. No, maybe the teachers know because they rented like I think 1 year or years before the center was closed. So they I think don't know what happened
Even if
there.
they don't know what happened there, the information is still present.
I think it's very strong, the information there. And
Wow.
you can feel it in the rooms. And teacher Helen said, in this room, for example, the kitchen,
Yeah.
teacher Pan come from his home that is a backyard in a temple of
Yeah.
1,000 years old. So
Wow.
beautiful. But we thought that that was going to be so like nice, but it's very old and not very like I don't know,
Very
like
simple.
Western way. No, it's
Yeah.
like really old thing with the old stones written in calligraphy of 1,000 years ago.
Wow.
It's so special, no? And we could see the backyard and everything. It was a very special moment, not to connect with what happened there. No, so I think it's a very powerful chief feel still
For
there.
sure. Yeah. Okay. There for next time you organize, please also share this information, these travels. When next time you organize, there is a whole community of people who may be interested also to join the travel.
Yeah, and actually, Helen and Carl are, I think, a very strong team, no, as teachers, because they complement them.
Yeah.
They
Complement
complement
each other. Yeah.
they complement each other very well, because Helen is like have very good skills in communication. They know very deep information because she was very close to teacher Pam, because she has a very high level in education. She has a master's and a doctor degree. So teacher Pam like give her or gave her many activities. Nowadays, she still see teacher Pam very often, like once a month. So she knows very deep the information, and her heart is very big. She's very lovely. She always smiles. She's like always caring about every one of the group. And teacher Caras has a very high level of practicing. He's like kind of serious, but actually he's a very um, lovely man. He sometimes give us some gifts that we don't expect from him, because it's like very like serious, no?
Yeah.
But you can feel when he do such a fab, when he do the practice, that it's very deep, no? And the way he teaches it, I like it very much. It's like listening to Yoda, you know. Like he just sit down and talk about Japan and
Actually,
the
I was going to ask you about them because I got the book from another friend from Argentina, from Diego, who visited you also in Mexico. He brought a couple of numbers of the book,
perfect.
and I got one of them. I heard that it was run out of copies very soon in Argentina, and now they are coming again. They are making copies in Spanish again, right?
Yeah. Now there are copies. Yeah, second
Okay.
edition.
So this book, for the rest of our friends who are not Spanish speakers, this is a book that was written by Carl, this teacher that Abraham was talking about, and it's a very interesting book. It's in Spanish. Is it also in English, Abraham?
No, yes, in English, but it's not published. So he wrote
Uh-huh.
it in English.
Uh-huh.
Then in Mexico, some friends, Ruben translated,
Uh-huh.
and Benjamin do the edition, and then it's just in Spanish. But the book
Okay.
originally was written in English by
It's
Chicago.
originally written in English, but it hasn't been published yet in English. Is
I
correct?
hope
Okay.
published soon. Yeah.
Okay. So you will have to wait or learn Spanish to get the original book.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's it. Like my journal. Well, I can share about what we talked before about our experience in the jail.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, please. That's also very interesting thing because you combine many. For at least for me, it's very interesting your experience, your life experience, because you come from the background already. You were working somehow in medicine, if you were working in pharmaceutics, and still that's somehow connected to the information of Zhineng Qigong, your interest in this field. Then with sports, also you were teaching climbers how to practice lift you up, put you down.
yeah, yeah,
Then you have also interesting in permaculture, which we know already. Dr. Pang also said that we need to take care of nature as well as ourselves. We are part of nature, so we need to integrate ourselves in nature. So all of your information in life, it's apparently very connected already with Zhineng Qigong, even from before, right?
yeah,
And then you started teaching in jails. This is very also interesting. How to reach out for the people who cannot come to the classes. You actually went there to teach.
yeah. Yeah, I think that project is so important, and I hope we can like go back again, but with a strongest project, because we went to the jail for 1 year. We assisted twice a week, and this project has two important um, um, achievements. One is that we could, for the first time, work in a very good team of many teachers. No? A good friend that works in the university, in a university of the Mexico City, they had this program to teach inside the jail different majors. No, they teach from
Subjects
the
of
primary,
yeah.
secondary school, middle school, also law, literature, and then also a master's in I think law. So through that university, we went into the jail to teach Zhineng Qigong because this friend was also a practitioner. So the first is that she offered to me, and I said, oh, of course we do it. You know, I will be great. I was a little afraid because I haven't been in a jail before,
Yeah.
but I said, let's do it. But I don't want to do it alone because I think it's so. Is I don't have the experience to be in a jail. I don't know what I will feel.
Yeah.
So I have some other friends that also are teachers of Qigong in Mexico. You maybe know some of them. Flavia from
No,
Huechife,
no,
you
no.
know, he studied with teacher Liu and teacher Huechife,
Okay, yeah.
and also other friends, students from teacher Helena Carr. And we make a very good group. We give the instruction of the Ponchikonifa,
Yeah.
lift you up and put you down, and many other exercises, and also the theory of the Hunyuanchi. And we do it in 3 months, like little by little, practicing. And then we stayed the rest of the year with them twice a week. At the end, the people, the prisoners, some of them do Suchanfa, they direct the practice. And I was really impressed that I also opened the eyes and I said, wow, it was so deep, the piece they make you feel was so deep. So it was a very big chance in some of them. No, they really got the information they they really needed. No, so I remember two moments so special when we explain about Hunyuan Linton. What does that concept means? They was like, okay, Julianito. So at the end of the class, we say, okay, we finish, and they all say, and nobody organized or said, they say Julianito, so powerful that I was like, oh my god, it was so special because they
So
really
spontaneous. Yeah.
they use it from the moment they hear it, they use it and they practice very well. Another moment was very like that moment was for a National Geographic photograph because we couldn't have photographs inside
Yeah.
photograph, but we were doing Sanxin Bin Sanchuan like for half an hour, and I was feeling so strong the chi field. So I opened little my eyes to see, and imagine it is a room that is not nice. It's like bad painted, because this jail is designed for I think 4,000 people, and there are 12,000 people. It's three
Wow.
times the occupancy that should be. So
Yeah.
the the rooms are not very nice, well
Yeah, of
maintained,
course.
and we have just a little light,
Yeah.
very old light. So the room was very dark. It was in the evening, and outside there were noises like people chanting,
Yeah.
religious chantings, other like playing basketball, other like shouting bad words,
Yeah.
other talking very loud. So many noises, and we were doing something very still. And I opened my eyes, and there were like 40 men, no, all dressed in like khaki color,
Yeah.
brown color, but very strong, like very serious in a very deep condition. I was, oh my God, this is
So
so.
strong. Yeah.
They were really in the work for half an hour, no?
Wow.
So there was a very beautiful experience. The objective is to demonstrate that the Zhineng Qigong can help people to incorporate in the society, no?
Yeah.
So we have this experience of 1 year. I hope we can make it again, but I think we should do it in periods of 3 months, 3 months with different groups, and maintain the practice inside. And
This
when
I'd like this I'd like you for to explain even a little bit more clear. How was the methodology first? How many teachers? Then how many times per week you were teaching there? And then how often? Or can you explain the methodology so if somebody else has the opportunity, we can try to reproduce the
yeah.
experience and then we can share, exchange. So
Yeah. First, when do we projects with like this jail or companies or groups, first I do like a presentation. No, I explain
mm,
what's in Qigong. We practice a little bit so people can say, okay, I'm interested in or not. So we do it like that with 80 people. No, we practice in a patio. That was amazing. Like 80 people from the jail practice.
huge chi field, yeah.
Yeah. And then from that group of 80 something, there were 40 people really interested. So
Wow.
they signed and compromised to practice and to assist to the workshop because it was like an effort, no? So they
Yeah.
say, okay. Then we started teaching two teachers, Lourdes is a good friend, and me. We teach the workshop every Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday
So
for
two
three
times per
months,
week.
2 times per week, 2 hours. So we teach the theory and practice, teach and practice, no?
So every Tuesday you have theory and practice, and every Thursday theory and practice.
Yeah, for three
Very
months,
good.
no?
Yeah. Okay.
Mainly theory, but also teaching the exercises. And the
Mm.
exercise
Yeah.
that they already know, we practice, no? At the end, when they have like all the basic information that we in Mexico teach in like a first workshop, then we just keep it as a practice group and also remember things. And we participate like four teachers and like 8 other practitioners that are not teachers, but they went to do social service.
Uh-huh.
So we were like a team of like I think 12 people that go in teams.
So
So
regularly it was just Lourdes and you, but then later on, after the information, the participants have the information, then you bring more teachers to strengthen the field.
yeah, so we could do it very sustainable and never fail. No, I think it's very important for
Yeah.
the group not to be absent. No,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
to be there because the people really need it, and we want to also show that it was serious.
Yeah.
So we were very, as a group, we didn't fail any time, even though we were this trip to China. There were people still going. No.
That's very important. Yeah.
And then it was 1 year, 2 times a week. No,
During
then
1 year, two times a week.
yeah,
Wow, that's a lot of sessions you
Yeah, yeah, many sessions, and this group was very fortunate because they have like 4 teachers,
yeah
many people from outside coming to see them
yeah
for 1 year. So I think it's too much, no? For the first time, it's good
yeah
to have experience, but to be more efficient, I think based on this experience, I will do it 3 months like this to teach very carefully the information and
yeah
prepare the people and give them maybe a television, a DVD or something to continue
by themselves.
as a group of practice, yeah, and
Mm,
visit them maybe once a month or something, but have many groups in different jails because
mm,
there are many jails here in Mexico,
yeah
no? And but the idea is to evaluate how they incorporate to the society because the university demonstrate that they have the highest rate in the world of not going back to jail.
uh-huh
So,
yeah
because they see the people, they know them, they not do it just by internet. So that's a very important thing.
yeah yeah
The idea is to demonstrate that Zhineng Qigong can help also to increase that rate, that the people don't go again to jail.
not to re-encourage in crime and this, so that's
And
very. And there was some, you managed to do this, like some, how to say, uh, to collect some data from
we have,
the
yeah, interviews of everyone, yeah, about their achievements,
uh-huh.
physically, mentally, psychologically. We have all that information. Now this friend of the university is writing like the paper, no?
Okay, that's very good.
Share that information. Yeah, but we couldn't do like more like scientific. I mean, more like analysis or
Yeah,
something, because they don't have the resources in the jail. They
yeah.
don't allow us to do photographs nor analysis or anything. But it was like interviews, no, about their changes.
Uh, can you, Amir, tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were talking with Oikin Hin about this also, how to bring Zhineng Qigong into more scientific realm, how to apply the scientific knowledge and the scientific experience into the Zhineng Qigong. So
Yes.
these are very interesting experience that we all need to start thinking how to create a research and how to use the scientific method to show that the effectiveness and the power of Zheneng Qigong. This is something for all of us, for all the people involved in practicing Zheneng to, to take as our own responsibility. No?
Yeah, and I think that as teachers of Zhineng Qigong, as practitioners, um, we develop. I think it's not like we must do it because someone says, but when you practice and you are more, your heart grow, you feel that you need to share, and then you have to ask to have a cost for the workshops. But
Yeah.
if you do it well, I think you have the resources to also share with the people that are not able to pay money, no? So we have to do social service, and we had an earthquake here in Mexico, so we give for free for the people who have some problems in their homes. So I
Uh-huh.
think as a Chinese teachers, we can like do social service,
Yeah.
and that gives you more than than other experiences, no?
Yeah.
Because the people that really need it, they sometimes are the people that really practice. But sometimes
That's
people that pay for the workshop, they don't practice, no? And
yeah.
also
Yeah.
we have internet class every day, no, with different teachers also. Practice once a month, like 8 hours a day practice. But sometimes the people that are sick, the people that are like really dying, or the people that have a very bad moment, those are the people that really practice, no?
Yeah.
So if we go to these hospitals, to the jail, I think we can have more possibilities to research and to really share the change.
The impact can be higher in the people who has a real need, other from just keeping a normal state, right?
Yeah, and I think that there's a payment in those groups, because when you do research like that, you receive a lot of information. No, I remember that teacher Carl told us that the teacher Pang used to visit them in the group of the 2-year program students. They have sessions in the evenings when they sit and talk about their experiences about they had in the practice, and the feelings and the knowledge, what they start understanding about the reading of the teacher Pang's books. And teacher Pang's used to sit down and listen to them what is coming from the chi field through the experience of the people. No, so that's, I think, very important to teach, but then to listen what's going on in the people, because there's a very big source of information for the teacher. So I think it's very important that the teacher is very connected to the community that he's teaching, because it's the next step of teaching is to listen what's growing. You know, it's like when you do agriculture, no? It's like you put the seeds, but you have to go and put water and put more nutrients and take care, no? So you have a really beautiful garden, no?
Yeah, eventually you get something back from the fruits and the development. All the effort you put, eventually nature gives back.
Yeah, more information, no?
Amir, I think you have a question.
Yes, Teacher Abraham. When you work with a new student, what type of practices, like how do you work with new students? What practices do you emphasize?
Mainly we practice, we put a lot of attention to first master or to practice more Su Chan Fa, no? To organize the chi field. That's the basis, no? I put a lot of effort to really teach well that part. Then lift you up and put you down, no? But also we teach La Chi, no? To gather chi, so they can practice anywhere, most of the time driving, doing exercises. Also wall squats, no? For people. We teach Sanxin Bin Chan Chuan as a very important practice, and we also give a very special place for that practice. We have seen, and as our teachers told us, that it's a practice that can give you a very powerful base on your practice. No, it doesn't matter if it's first level, second level, third level. Is the basis of your qigong, no? The Sanxin Bin Chan Chuan. And we also teach as a possibility for the people that cannot do wall squats, Tu Tue Tso Son Ya Fa, the sitting gong, no? The legs straight to open the joints of the hips, no? And that's it for the first effort.
Yes.
And Chen Chi also, sorry, Chen Chi.
Oh, the Chen Chi. Yeah. I also read that you have online class. Can you talk about your online teaching?
Yeah, we have been teaching or doing this. It's not a class. It's actually a group, a practice group. We have been practicing by internet from 3 years ago every day, and that's a very important thing, because for me as a teacher, it's very important because have helped me to be very disciplined, no? Because we say to people, practice hard, practice well, every day, a little, at least a little. But if we don't do it, it's really empty, our teaching. So I do it as a design because I say I need to compromise higher if I'm going to teach, because I was 8 years helping to teach, but not really doing it. But I say, if I'm going to teach, I have to design my life to really go into it very deep. So we do practice from 6 a.m. to 7:30 in the morning. Basically, this exercise that I already said. And then from 7.5 to 8.5 to Zhineng Qigong, the second level. Then at night, we practice third level, the sounds some days, sometimes the Yuan Chuan method from 8 to 9. And from 9 to 10, we practice again the first level. So there are 4.5 hours every day, directing, not putting the audios, saying alive, because that's something to practice how to direct the practice.
Exactly.
So for a teacher, I think it's important to have groups so you can practice how to direct the practice.
Yes, that's great to hear. I'm also interested in your permaculture. I have a friend, he's doing permaculture. And do you do any, like how Dr. Pong did experiments? His students would give fachi and the plants would grow twice as big. Do you bring Zhineng Qigong to the permaculture area as well?
Yeah, I do it when when I put the seeds, I put the information. When I put the water, I put the information and see. Let me show you a little thing I have here
Oh,
in my
great.
garden. It's a new experiment that we have here, and it's growing so beautiful. So, and we all put the information and love here. No? So this is like a very diverse garden.
Yes, nice.
Growing. So we put the chi and the information.
Yes.
And also we have chickens. No? I want to show you here. Like, I hope you can see down there the chickens.
Okay.
So we also send chi to the chickens, to the eggs. Yeah. And I think it's important to design a complete life, because some people can practice and through the practice they become very well, but some people that are very sick, they need also to take care about their food, their nutrition. So I think I also say to the people in the workshops that it's not just Zhineng Qigong, it's not just the movements or the positions. No, as our teachers taught us, is the mind and the consciousness of all the things in your life. So we have to be very careful to design a good life, a beautiful life, that you have information for nature, that you can get into your chi field to be able to change more, because we are like disconnected from the nature, from the people. We have no information, no? Even we use very well our minds. So I think it's important to have a community, but not just of people, but of plants and
the whole circle of nature.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's also very interesting. In a previous class a few months ago, I also tried to introduce the concept of what is permaculture here in the Chi channel, because it's still a relatively new concept for most people, mostly for those who lives in the city. They have no contact to the production of food, just to the consumption. But when you start getting to study and start getting into your consciousness where your food comes from and how you could start participating in that cycle, not only of consumption, but in the whole cycle of food, and mainly when you start understanding the idea of permaculture, that it's not only about the production of food, but it contemplates also people, it contemplates the welfare of the whole system, of the whole nature, then it becomes really it overlaps and it merges very well with the idea of Pang, of Zhineng Qigong.
Yeah, and I think that Qigong is at least the one of these appearances he has in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Is related to agriculture, no? And
yeah.
teacher Helen, they do research in very high-level research in agriculture nowadays. This year that we went to China, she presented 2 of her researcher groups. No, they are young men of about 40 years. They work in I don't remember exactly the university, but there are 2 different groups of the government and that do agriculture research, and they're doing very interesting research with rice, trying to eliminate the possibility that the rice get the cadmium from the earth. The cadmium is like the heavy metals that contaminate the rice, and they have demonstrated through Fachi that they change the ability to the rice to don't get the cadmium, and also send the information to the water, so they eliminate the cadmium from the earth, and they could have good results. And so
this is what we were, I think the talk about Oiken Hin was pointing into this point, this type of knowledge presented in the right way to the scientific community could open a huge door for future, how to decontaminate rivers, how to decontaminate earth, air, how to help in general the nature to get back into balance. But so far, apparently it's only in China and only for a specific group of research that this knowledge is available. And we need to, this is what my wish is for all the community of Zhineng Qigong practitioners around the world, to start taking this information and reproducing the experiments and getting them more openly.
Yeah, and it's important to do research from outside of the body, no? Because when you do Fachi or when you practice, sometimes the people say, okay, I get well, but I don't know if it was really Zhineng Qigong or it's just because I also have this surgery and this medicine and I eat well and I rest a little more. And okay, yes, Zhineng Qigong has some, no? Sometimes it's very clear that Zhineng Qigong was the only thing that people change, but in a human being, it's very difficult to sometimes, and it not, when it's not in a scientific situation, it's very difficult to really see the impact, no?
Yeah.
But when you do an experiment with a plant or an animal, sometimes it's more controlled experiment and you can see the change. This year we could do an experiment changing the pH, the acid level in water in China. And it was very clear that the color of the papers changed, no? So if we can change the pH in water, in outside water, it's obvious that we change our pH inside. And the pH of the body is determined to have a good health or a propitious environment to develop bacteria or other things, no?
Exactly.
So you see it outside, you say, oh, of course it will work, no? Inside.
Yeah, very important how the scientific approach can also reinforce positively the strength in our frame of reference, that we start believing because we see the results. Once we understand that the results are physical and they're provable, then we start believing. Paradoxically, we need to prove ourselves that it works.
Yeah, and that helps you be more responsible, because then you see that the information you put in things, it really have a consequence. So you start taking the Zhineng Qigong to everything you do in the day, because you say, okay, if I think this, and later it started from the consciousness that that has something. Then you start feeling a chi feel inside when you feel or think something, and then you start controlling yourself more naturally. No?
Wow, you're giving me really good information, because now I'm starting to have new ideas on how to teach. Because I noticed from asking after, not in the moments of class, but afterwards when talking informally with some students, I noticed that they do it, but they don't really believe. Like they do it while we're practicing, but afterwards it's like they don't really believe in the power of their mind. But with the experiments, I think then it's like it's a turning point. Afterwards, you see the experiment, the results of an experiment, then you cannot make like that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's important to take Zhineng Qigong to the daily life, because it's when really have a consequence, no, or a greater consequence. Because many people practice, but then they forget everything all day. No? Zhineng Qigong is that's why our project is Vida Zhineng Qigong, is Zhineng Qigong Life, no, and it's not just to give workshops. It's to build a community. community. And that's why it's very important for us to help the people to become teacher, the people that really want it. And we try to put the standard very high. No, we don't say that we are very good, but we try to do it. No, but then when people go to China with us, I say teach, because teachers say teach. And if you need our videos, if you need our presentation, you can have it. And I give them, and I teach you how I do workshops, and they can go to the workshops to learn and listen again and again when they need it. Because it's important to help the people that are trying to teach better and better, no? And have groups to discuss the best way to teach to some people, because there's very sick people that they don't need so much information. They need practical information to start doing, and when they become a little better, then they can have more information. But if we try to teach everyone the same way, is like sometimes not very efficient. No?
Yeah.
Now we are teaching also to kids. No, next week we have a workshop for kids, and that's a very nice thing, because we do it with their parents. No, we do it also in a permaculture ranch in the beach, and they have to go with one parent, the mother or the father at least, or the grandmother, because it's important that the father practice. And in the workshop, mainly the objective is that the parents get the responsibility as a teacher of his son, no?
Yeah.
Because we do many workshops where the kids go alone or went alone, but when they go back home, the parents didn't practice, so the kids stop practicing, and the kids are so talented, so pure and so intelligent, no? And so it's important that the parents like go with them and practice together, so then the kid see, oh, my father really likes this. It's important. This is our thing, no?
Yeah.
So then they start practicing, and we have also a group of practice through internet every Thursday with a family group. No?
Wow, that's amazing, Abraham. I think it's a really huge achievement to involve the family group, not only one person of the group.
Yeah, and we also teach permaculture to the kids in that workshop, no? Because it's in a permaculture ranch. So it's a very good experience for the families to see that there's another way of life, no? Because in the city we see the people are very stressed because they have to get many things, earn more money, drive many hours a day in the car. But we want to show that there are other ways to live, and we, as teacher teacher Carl says, we have to break once and again our frames of thinking. Every day we have to break it. If we stay comfortable in the life, we think that, okay, with this I'm okay. No, we have to evolve. We have to break it. And every time you do Suchan 5, every time you practice, you break this frame, because you are trying to feel more, to send your mind farther or deeper. No? So Zhineng Qigong, especially, I think, give us that, break the frame that we feel sometimes that is not possible to break it. You know? So I think Zhineng Qigong is very, very, very powerful, because it helps you to do the things that you used to think were impossible. It can be cure the body from diseases that you think is not possible, to have a different life, no, a more free life, no. So I think it's the most beautiful thing, no, to break the life. And at the beginning you feel a little afraid, but when you start breaking and breaking, sometimes you say it's normal. It's part of life, no. So we do homeschool with our kids here at home. No, they don't go to school, and they are like flourishing, like very good, no, very happy, very strong, no. So I think it's important to break the things that we think are
normal. Yeah, what's normal is not necessarily it's what we need to reproduce.
because and see that many people in the world are doing it. Now, if people don't believe very much about this, they can look about permaculture. In permaculture, there are many people breaking the rules and having better lives. And with Zhineng Qigong, I think it can be more common, because Zhineng Qigong is the part that makes the mind more clear, the part that gives you more peace, so you can be more brave to make a big change, or a change little by little to have a different life.
I will
just to end this idea is the thing that there are two things that have to be enough to make a change, and those are the information, the clarity, and the strength. Because you sometimes have the strength. For example, in business, you have the money but don't have ideas. So the people put the money in the bank, but that's not the best idea. And sometimes people have many ideas, but they don't have resources to make them a reality. But when you practice Zhineng Qigong, you get the information and the resources. Then you can have a change.
Yeah, I agree completely with your idea. Just I want to ask for the group if somebody has any question for Abraham, if they want to ask you something directly. No. You can write it down, or you can open your microphones. I think everybody already knows how to use the program. Okay.
I'd like to make a comment. I'm so inspired. I've taught teens in a detention center in jail, but want to work with adults too. So I'm very inspired. And then the way you bring the permaculture in, it's wonderful. Thank you. Really nice.
Nice to hear that, Marta. I didn't know you also worked in.
Sorry?
Yeah, with teens. It's been fascinating. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I think someone is speaking, Gerardo, but we can hear it.
See if I can unmute it by. First, I need to find it. Okay. I'll unmute Gerardo. Have I or not?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Gerardo.
Hello, Abraham.
Hello. How are you? Where are you from?
Okay.
Fine, thanks. I'm in Bogota, Colombia, South America.
Great.
We meet with Abraham in Mexico, with Benjamin.
Yeah. Gerardo Salamea.
Yes. Maybe you remember my wife and I knew you in Mexico.
Yeah, I remember.
Good. Okay, Abraham, I don't know if anybody has any question. If not, we leave Abraham to lead any practice he chooses.
Okay. If they don't have questions, we can do Suchanfa and maybe Ponchukwanifa, I think. And if you have time, maybe Sanchi Michanchuan. I don't know if everyone knows, but sometimes we do Ponchukwanifa, lift you up and perch down. And at the end, in the third movement, we start doing Sanchi.
So instead of closing, instead of making the last movement of closure, directly to go to the three centers merge.
Yeah, so we can do that, no? But I usually, when we do Suchanfa, then we do some Lachi with teacher Pam's voice, and then we start doing Ponchikon. So,
we are open for you to lead us in the way you choose.
Okay, so let me put my video so I can see if the camera is okay. So we can start maybe sit down to do Suchanfa. I think we have like half an hour. Yes? Okay. Well, we sit down or we stand up in the good position. Bai Hui goes upwards. Back Chi. We look forward in one point through all the matter in front of us. We feel the center of the brain unevenly, and slowly we close our eyes to feel and see the body inside. The tip of tongue touch the upper belly. Relax Mingmen. Huijin relax to Mingmen. Feel Bai Hui. Bai Hui relaxed and open. And feel the empty space, the blue sky above us. Feel the emptiness. Maintain that feeling and feel Yongquan, the center of the feet. Relax and open. And below the earth, feel the empty space, the universe. The body feels very big, very wide, and completely empty. There is no in and no out. There is just chi. Now connect with your heart. Feel the movement inside of your chest. And be conscious of your life, your beautiful life that is happening now. And let the happiness come from every little cell, enjoying this moment. Through the music of your heart, connect with the life that is better and better every day. Keeping this feeling, relax the head, feel the brain and relax. Send your mind through the brain and relax it deeper and deeper. Relax the eyes, nose, cheekbones, the mouth, the throat, feel the ears from the inside and relax them. Relax the muscles of the face and the skin. We relax the neck, and from the base of the brain, of the skull, relax every vertebra. Down to the coccyx. From Shentsu, relax all the back. All the tension disappear. Relax the chest. Relax the lungs, the heart. Keeping this feeling of the universe. Relax the stomach, the liver, intestine, kidneys, gallbladder, and the sexual organs. Put your mind very deep in the waist, in the hip joints, and relax the legs, the interior of the femur, where the blood comes. Relax the knees, the calves, and the feet. Relax the shoulder, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists and hands. And along the fingers, relax everything up to the tip of the fingers. And finally, relax all the skin that covers your body. Feel all the acupuncture points open. And relaxing more, send the mind farther than the earth. Feel the emptiness that surrounds the earth, the solar system, thinking farther and farther. In this emptiness, we feel very peaceful, in silence, and the body completely still. Feel the chi field effect of the body still. And feel respectful. Feel a deeper love for yourself. And from that love, feel it to everything that surrounds you. Your family, your friends, and connect with this big chi field of the world, with all the teachers, with Chang Qing and Chu Fu Chung, to Wei Qifeng and his group, with Liu, Yan She, and all the teachers that I don't know. And with Teacher Pang and his wife, we connect with the great chi field of Zhineng Qigong and all the information that has here. And also, every one of us, we put our information, our best information in this chi field to make it stronger and stronger. To make the possibilities go bigger for all of us to change. With this respectful mind, fill your heart and your mind as one, and feel it as pure water. From that clarity, feel yourself, feel your Yi Yuan Ti, and let yourself appear simple, authentic. All the mind is in this feeling, very relaxed, very happy, with a lot of love. And all together, as one mind, fill the empty space, full of original Hong Yuan Qi. And all together, bring back the mind inside the body, from the head to the feet, from the bones to the skin. Feel completely all your chi and chi field. There is no inner or outer, just one chi field, inside and outside. And is mixing with the original Hong Yuan Qi that keeps coming from the universe, making this chi field stronger and stronger. And feel that it's not just your chi field. It's a million people chi field in all the world. In this chi field, we connect with Teacher Pang chi field and all his information, and all the thousands of years of information behind him. In this big chi field, we put the characteristic we feel completely healthy. Feel your bones dense, strong. Feel your muscles very strong. Your ligaments flexible. Feel your skin very soft and young. Feel all the organs and functions of the body happening very efficient, very natural. Feel the sight, the ears, all the sense very fine, very awakened. And feel your emotions very strong, very sensitive. And feel your brain, your mind, very clear, very bright, able to think in a different life, with more freedom. Feel completely. And connect with the information that everything is possible. In this chi field, everything is possible. Hun Yuan Ling Dong. And all together is easier to do it. Hun Yuan Ling Dong. Keeping this condition, we are gathering more chi between our hands and in our lower dantian. Place your hands one in front of the other, in front of Tu Chi, and following your Pang voice, we're going to gather Chi.
Vai khai Nei He Vai khai Nei He khai He khai khai
With the mind side, cover duchi to nourish chi. Keep this condition. Relax the hands. Prepare to do Chi Quan Nipa. Okay. Chi Quan Nipa starts. Turn hands backwards and downwards. Push, pull, push, and pull. Push, pull. Relax wrist, turn hands to face each other. Kuko leading, elevate arms up to Duchi, send Chi to Mingmen. Hands down, open arms, relax, feeling the empty space around us. To the back, turn hands to the back and send Chi to Mingmen. Feel Duchi. Arms up, press the bow. Feel the fingers touch inside of the body. Send hands to the front, Palms up with shoulder level. Straight arms and send chi to the upper dantian in yuten. Relax hands, open arms, evenly, filling the empty space. Turn hands backwards and upwards. Arms up, up. Connect palms. Straight a little more. Feel the head. Bring hands downwards. The mind go inside of the body, hands outside, and the mind feels the inside of the head, the neck, down to the chest. Fingers point to the front, straight arms, separate wrist, palms, little finger, to form a triangle. Turn hands up, separate fingers, and shoulder length. Lagoon opens, and pull, push, show, sway, show, sway, show, sway, show, sway, pull, feeling big man, push, feeling the empty space in front of us. Open, 15 degrees, and close. Open, close. Open, and close. Open both arms. Feeling deeper, up to forming a line. Lagoon opens, pull, push, pull, very relaxed, push, very far, pull, pull, show, sway, show, sway, show, sway, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Relax wrist, turn palms up, arms going up, very relaxed. In the empty space and the chi between the arms and the hands, holding a chi field, a chi ball between the hands. Turn hands down, Send chi to the whole body, down to the feet. Bring hands down. Turn hands 45 degrees. Feel the inside of the head and send the good information. Feel the body completely healthy. Turns hands to the chest. Sending chi to the inside of the body, abdomen, and press do chi with the middle finger. Round the waist, press Mingmen. All the body go down, pass the knees, calves, surrounding the feet, placing the hands in the feet, on the feet, we go down, push and pull. Push, feeling the empty space below the earth. Pull, feeling Mingmen. Push, pull. Relax hands, holding that chi ball. Send it to the feet, to the fingers, and go up. Going inside the legs, past the knees, up to Duchi. Relax arms. With the hands very relaxed, elevate the arms. Forming a line, fingers up, lagoon opens, and pull, push. Yin Tien, show, filling the empty space, sway, show, sway, show, sway, pull, and push. To the front and back. Close and open. Curl and kai. Bring arms to the front, in the empty space, gathering the chi to the front, shoulder level, lagoon opens, and pull, push, pull, feeling the inside, push, feeling the universe, pull, and push. Try to feel the chi inside and outside. Pull, push, pull, push, pull, and push. Up and down. up, down, up, and down. Relax wrists, turn hands to face each other, and bring chi up between the hands, in the empty space above the head. Turn hands to the head, send chi from Lao Gong to Yong Chuan, from hands to feet. Bring hands back downwards, sending chi to the brain. Press Zinta, feel Yuten. Round the head, the tip of the ears, and press Yuten. Feel Yinta. Fingers together go down along the spine to Shinsu. Round shoulders. Connect middle fingers and go to Shinsu. Down along the spine to Mingmen. Mind inside, round the waist, and press to Chi. Send Chi to Mingmen. All the body go down, sending Chi to the legs, to the very deep of the bones, to the feet, to the fingers, and connect joint chain with Lao Gong and push, pull, push, filling the empty space below the earth, pull, filling the lower dantian, push, and pull, fingers outwards, call a chi field between the hands, take it to the back of the legs, go up, sending chi to the legs, up to Mingmen. Round body, the mind is deeper and deeper, and press Duchi. Relax the arms, Huko leading, raise arms 90 degrees from each other, little by little turning palms up, opening arms, putting the chi between the arms and the hands, filling the empty space, holding a chi ball, send chi to the whole body from Lao Gong to Yuan Chuan. Hands down, fingers pointing from the sides, feel the brain, the ears, the neck. I feel them very good. The shoulders, hands to the front. Right hand going to the front as it's traveling through the universe. Relax hand, turn to the left with the waist, turn to the left side, gathering chi, 90 degrees, press Chongwei up to the back. Bring the body to the front and press Chihu. Left hand to the front. Relax wrist. Turn hand to the right with the waist. Turn around, gathering chi. 90 degrees, press Chongwei to the back. And press Chihu in the front. For 3 times, we observe our breathing, relaxing and be more present, more conscious. Relax wrist, turn hands up and around the universe. Rotate palms. To do lotus palms. Open elbows to a Chinese 10. Shushou. And from here we want to practice Qin Shen Chuan for 5 minutes. Standing on Qi, open the feet to form a Chinese 8. Put the hands in the position for fusion in front of your stomach or in front of your chest as you use. Live by Hui. Straight your spine. Relax your knees inwards, lifting a ball in the middle of the thighs. Coccyx point downwards. Wingman backwards. Chest a little in. Huyen to Mingmen. Feel the universe above Bai Hui and Dantien. Feel the universe around Lao Wu and Dantien. Feel the universe below Yongquan, the center of the feet, and the Dantien. The 3 centers merge in the Dantien. Very peaceful and silent. by way, straight the body, feet to one point, bring the hands to a position, hands up, front of the face, straight arms up, straight a little more, open our hands, and finger by finger to form a triangle. Separate fingers, go down, shoulder level, bring arms to the front, and send chi to yin tan, yuten. Bring hands to the body, press the above, hands back, wingman level, and open arms around at the sides, turn hands to the front, gathering all the chi to the lower dantian. Cover Duchi with the center of the palms and do a chi massage. Counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Clockwise, mind leading inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Nourish chi deep in the dantian. Feel your chi stronger. Feel your chi feel stronger and stronger. Full of chi and information. To be a better person. Kun Yan Ling Dong. Everything opens. As Zhineng Qigong community, everything opens and becomes stronger and stronger for the benefit of all the people and beings. Keeping this beautiful condition all day long, relax hands, slowly and evenly open your eyelids. Very relaxed hands.
Thank you, Abraham.
Thank you. Thank you all of
Thank
you.
you very much. Beautiful practice.
Once we had Helen also in the Chi channel once, I think 1 year ago already. And now when you were leading us, I remember the feeling of her information also. So it's very strong on you also. Okay. Does anybody else have? There is something written in the chat. Aranchala had to leave the meeting and she cannot do the practice, but she wanted to leave here written. Many thanks to Abraham and all his Zhineng work and testimony. Anybody else would like to share or to ask something, Abraham, before we finish? Okay. In any case, if you want to get in contact with him, you have written already in the Facebook page of Chi Channel the information about Vida Zhineng, and we can also put you in contact anytime. So we cannot hear you, Abraham, now. Now, yes.
Okay. That if you need anything that I can help, count on me, and I'm very happy to now meet you and make a big Chi-field all together.
Bernard also is writing that he enjoyed it very much. It was so open and peaceful. Thank you very much. Okay. From the bottom of heart, then we'll send Paula to the group and to teacher Abraham. Paula.
Great. Thank you so much. And also thank you, Mauro. Thank you.
Yes.
A pleasure always.
Yes, thank you.
Next week, I invited Anya Trampush. She's a very young teacher from here, from Slovenia. She's my student so far, but I hope very soon she will also become teacher of Zhineng, that she will make the exams and certificates. But she's already by herself, her study of Chinese calligraphy, and she did her on Dr. Pang's work. So she has already the whole information. And I invited her to teach us how to write and how to paint some Chinese characters. So next week we will have her as guest also.
Excellent.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Thank you very much, everybody.
Abraham, very nice. Bye-bye.
Mauro.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
No, you too.